you numb to roast in a way?
Yeah, but still, sometimes you're like, oh.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like one time Matthew Broussard said I had the complexion of a wall damaged by cigarette smoke.
Oh my God.
The crowd lost it. And that's when you're like, oh. You know, when
But
I
then
started
you need
comedy.
a comeback for that? Or
I didn't have a comeback. I had no comeback. I was like, yep.
We'll always be friends forever. Yeah, forever.
Welcome to Your Only Friends, where friendship is first, but comedy is always. I'm your host, Jared Dykas. This is a reminder, we are your only friends. Today for episode 26, you've seen her on MTV's Wild 'N Out. She is one of the most funniest voices right now in the game. She's a rising star out of New York, internet personality superstar. I'm really excited to welcome Maddy Smith to the show.
Thank you very much. I didn't know your last name was Dykas.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
All right, Maddy, I wasn't expecting for you to roast me. Or
I'm
like
not roasting. I'm curious.
No,
I come from a curious.
D-Y-K, just so that you could
It's
double down.
literally Dykas?
Yeah, it's like
D-Y-K-U-I?
Dick-ass, dyke-ass.
Really?
It's Polish, yeah.
I was trying to give you benefit of the doubt, like daikon radish. Maybe
No.
it's D-A-I-K, but it's dyke.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
literally.
All right, cool.
So,
Cool.
I mean,
So you're Polish, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Polish. My first question, honestly, is like, we have 67 subscribers.
Okay, nice.
Why would you even come here?
Kenny said it was a good pod. Our
was a
mutual
good
friend
pod?
Kenny
Okay.
said, "You want to do this pod?
I
It's
owe
good."
Kenny Garcia
And I said
again.
yes. When I travel and I have shows at night, I'm like, I'll do any podcast.
I thought you might have been
Anything
doing
during
like
the
a
day.
book tour right now or something
Yeah,
like
book
that.
tour. Yeah, I'm
You
signing.
might be releasing a book.
Signing my novels all over Florida.
That's sick.
But I had time to come into the Your Only Friends pod with
Thank you.
Mr. Dykas.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll do anything. I'm just sitting around in St. Pete all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting ready for sunshine tonight.
Getting ready for a big show.
Yeah.
Big show at the big
Big show,
club.
big
Big
show.
local club at St. Pete Beach.
Yeah, it's gonna be sold
It's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
A lot of tickets pushed.
Yeah.
Last night was sold out.
How did
45
merch
out
do?
of 45
Did people
tickets sold.
get any merch last night?
Yeah, but I think I sold like 10 t-shirts.
That's awesome
But
still.
I'm pretty passive.
Yeah.
I was pretty passive. I like stand over there and then people are like, "Can I get a shirt?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Whatever.
I'm not good at pushing.
One time
pushing
I
my-
saw Kenny wearing it dripped out in a great outfit, and he had the Maddy Smith shirt
He did?
on.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's so
We were
cute.
just getting a cigar,
I love that.
and he just
It's
wore
great
it. man.
merch.
It's great.
It's for guys. It's for girls. You got a little
Unisex.
oversized vibe for the girls. My friend designed it, and he's Theo Vaughn's merch manager.
Oh, whoa.
So that's why it's like cool because Theo has like cool merch. You know.
Do you see yourself like expanding merch more?
I would, I have my tour right now. It's called the
Mm-hmm.
Bad Jean Store. So I would love to sell like images of that
Oh, that's
and
cool.
merch that has to do with that. I might do like a signed tour poster
Oh my god.
or something like that. Yeah. So
How
there's
long
always-
is the tour till right now?
Right now it's this the fall, and then
wow.
2026 I'm gonna do. So end of this fall tour, I'm gonna film my special,
Mm-hmm.
and then start New Year fresh with like a new hour.
I don't know if you hate talking about Wild 'N Out.
No.
I've
don't
heard
mind,
on
yeah.
some of your podcasts, you'd be like, "Oh, no one wants to talk about Wild 'N Out."
Literally, no one wants to, or on my own podcast, no one ever wants to talk about it. And then Brandon Wardell came on, we
Yeah,
talk about the classroom.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but then sometimes you'll get like a person. Yeah, it depends. I love talking about it, but the origin story is boring. When people ask like how I got on it,
Yeah.
I auditioned and then I got on.
But how was the audition?
It was
Did you
2019.
have to do stand up?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had to do. It was like a cattle call. It was like every comedian I knew was there.
And you were living in New York? Or
Yeah, I
no?
was living in New
Okay.
York. I was still working. I had a full-time job in finance.
Oh wow.
And then, I used to do roast battles. So I was doing stand-up and roast battles in New York at the same time. And this was when like Comedy Central roast battle was on TV.
Oh, wow.
So roasting was huge pre-COVID. Now not so much. I think
Yeah.
it comes in waves. It still exists. Like every city has a roast battle. Austin has a roast battle. New York City has it. And then LA has or New York City had the Roast Masters, LA has Roast Battle. And in 2018, 2019, the YouTube was popping off because Louis J. Gomez would host those Roast Masters. So, and back then, YouTube being big was like, oh my God, the views get 15K.
Yeah.
It wasn't Kill Tony numbers.
No.
But it was the first like, ooh, digital,
roasting. and
digital roasting.
comedy,
People
yeah.
know me.
Yeah.
And so in 2018, 2019, I did like 50 roast battles. So
Oh
by
my
the time
God.
by the time May 2019 came around, I'm already I'm not big, but I got some momentum in the scene. You know, Mark Norman saying great job, blah blah blah.
Yeah, wow.
People are taking me on the road a little. I'm hanging out with Jared Freed.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I know there's momentum, but I'm kind of depressed because I have to go to work every day. I know there's momentum, but I don't know when my window is of getting out of this bullshit. So then I see this thing from a producer I know, and it says like Wild 'N Out season 14 is looking for roast battlers and rap battlers. And this was at the time where I was like, I'll do fucking anything.
Can I ask you how
applying for
long
everything.
you were doing stand-up at that time?
3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 3 years. So I've been doing clubs, opening for people, a little bit of bad road stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I would go to Binghamton, 3 hours away from the city for like $200.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Just grinding like crazy. I was doing anything. I was writing for people. Like I helped Nikki with her Robert De Niro roast, I think.
my God.
So it was like random. I was at every club except the Cellar by then. So I knew like something was going to come. I didn't know if it was Wild 'N Out. I didn't know COVID was coming either.
Yeah.
So then when I auditioned, I went in front of like 6 people, including Nick Cannon, executive producers. I did a little like 3 minutes of stand-up, funny standard jokes. And then they were like, what else you got? And I was like, well, I'm a roast battler. So here's some jokes I've said. I told a white guy that he says an NAACP with a hard R. And then they were like, do you have any raps? And then I did some bars that I like wrote ahead of, because the email about like coming to the audition was like, bring funny stuff and bring some bars. So I just wrote raps.
And was that the first time you writing raps?
Yeah.
What?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think I ever did.
How did you you sat down and you were like, all right, I'm just going to literally write bars.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
the
the email says bring bars. I brought like 20 different sets of.
Oh my God.
Just to make sure. So I pretended like they acted like I was going to be in front of someone, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then the producers were like, all right, what else? You got some bars? And I was like, I sure do. And then I did jokes about like a fat guy. I was like, you so sweet. You blah, blah, blah. You think you're so sweet, but in 10 years, you're going to lose your feet. Stupid shit like that. They're like, nice. All right, come back for the callback. So then the callback was an hour later. And that's when we did the wild style. There's like 30 of us left, 2-team rap battle,
Oh
one
my
microphone.
God.
And that's when it was like Wild West, because it wasn't planned. It's like whoever can get the mic is going to shine.
Oh my God.
I know. So I knew I got all these bars written. I got to get up there or else I'm not going to get on the show.
Yeah.
So I pushed my way after I pushed my way to the front.
No, you didn't.
What you got to do? It was kind of thing where like people are bombing and then I'd be like, let me in there.
No way.
I get 4 bars off, murder, step to the back.
Oh.
And then a couple times I did that for efficiency and they would all crush. And afterwards, I heard other people were like, that white girl was too pushy. I'm like, I don't care. You guys were all bombing.
Yeah.
I'm here for a reason. Let me get my lines off.
Fuck yeah.
And then when I left the audition, I was like, I got that. And if I didn't, the producers are mentally.
Yeah.
It was the kind of thing where I was like, if I didn't get that, I don't care because I murdered.
Wow.
And then a week later, they emailed me and said, come down to Atlanta for more auditioning. It's like more auditioning. It's like a week-long kind of workshop, they call it, where you go in with these newbies and then also people who have only been on for a couple seasons. And then the veterans will come in like 5 days in. And throughout the whole week, they're cutting more people. And every day, like, the circle would get smaller.
At that point, did you know that you were going to be on the show?
Kind of, yeah.
Like, you kind of thought it?
It was like I knew, but I also knew, like, I still have a day job. Don't make them think at all that you're, like, lazy or that you're fucking around or you're taking it for granted. Because, you know, those workshops, it's not normal stand-ups. It's not like me and Kenny and Joe List going in and, oh, yeah, of course I'll do it. It's influencers.
Yeah.
It's people who are really funny online, but they've never done live. It's people with no jobs, so they're like, they don't know how to come on time.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of, like on one hand, I'm like, I think I'm good, but on the other, I was like, do more. Like, be better, bitch, because it's this mentality. It's like a Kobe basketball camp, kind of the way the EP does it. He'll be like, I don't need any of you.
Oh, man.
I don't need DC Young Fly. I don't need Justina. I could get 15 new people fucking today. And in your head, you're like, I'm the one.
How many people are there?
So at the beginning of the workshops, it's like 30. And he's like, I only need 10 of you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So from the first day, though, the producers were saying to me, you're funny as fuck. Keep doing you. don't, like, just keep doing you.
Yeah,
Don't stray outside of. So every day I just kept doing me. Every day I would end and I would say, I think I did a pretty good day. But then I would go back to my hotel room and I would, like, practice, pick up and kill it.
No way.
I would practice these games, to make sure.
You were serious. It was a very big deal for you to get out of that job. And
It was, but at the same time, when I did roast battles, all those, I was the same way with roast battles. I would go home and I would, like, prep all week to make sure if I didn't win, that I would do well. That I would do well because you got to get your lines off. You got to have comebacks ready. So I think that, and just like being in the New York City scene where you're so afraid of bombing in front of people who are good at comedy.
Yeah.
That's why you start in New York City, because right when you start, you're on lineups with like Sam Morril and Godfrey and all these people. So you're like, I got to get good and I don't want to look like a fucking idiot. So I think all of that helped with Wild 'N Out, because I've been through the ringer of you have to work hard to prove that why would you get passed at a club in New York?
Yeah.
Why would you get on Wild 'N Out? Because you're proven that you can work hard. So I think I use all that in the workshops. I was like, there's no way I won't get on the show if I just keep doing this every day.
Oh, wow.
And at the end, I was in the dress rehearsal. Then I'm in wardrobe. There was never any official, like, congrats, you're on the cast.
No
The
way.
whole time, the whole first season, it was like mid-season, there was people who got hired who were flown home. So it was like
No
the whole
way.
for a whole season, I still felt like I gotta rep.
Oh, my gosh.
But that's how it should be in comedy in general. Like every single
Absolutely.
time, you should be crushing it. Now, when I go up at 7 seasons in, I'm way more whatever. I don't have to
Yeah.
lose my mind. But first 4 seasons, I was like not losing my mind, but trying really hard to make sure like every single time I got the mic, I murdered. Now it's like, now there's some like, ooh, that was questionable. But I'm like more relaxed and like I don't need to go crazy anymore and like stay up all night. I can have more fun.
Was there a time in those first 4 seasons that you bombed, if you could remember?
No, it was like maybe in like the Wild style where everyone's going at it and it's like a little looser and I'm like, oh boy, that sucked.
Yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
rapper, sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
But every like joke game, every comedy game, no.
Wow.
If I did, I would have cried. Maybe sometimes.
Have you seen other people bomb and
Yes.
it go really bad?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, every episode.
Oh,
That's why
man.
like I don't want to be rude, but I feel like I got
Dude.
so much episode time because I was so consistent. A lot of people get on Wild 'N Out and they're like, all right, here I go. I'm the next Maddy. I'm the next
Yeah.
Jacob Williams. I'm the next Mikey Day, Pete Davidson. But you have to have so much screen time to get known from it. Like, you can't just have one
Yeah.
thing. You have to be on 5. It wasn't until 5 seasons that I was like starting to see ticket sales.
Oh, my God.
Now it's like, oh, that's Maddy from Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
Now I'm at a place where like I think for the rest of my life, if I did no promo, I could still tour and people know who I am.
That's fucking ridiculous.
With only the clubs like promoting me. Like if I
Yeah.
went off the internet, didn't pay anyone to do my socials, I think for the rest of my life I could tour. I wouldn't do that because I keep getting better, but I feel locked in. So that's cool.
Do you, when thinking back about like going through the camp, is this like kind of everything that you wanted at that point in time?
At
Is
that point in
to
time,
be-
my only thing was like more eyes on me and more full-time comedy. I was like, I can't work this job anymore and go out and do shows after the job. I had no time. And so that was my only goal, was getting out, whatever it may be. I didn't know it was going to come then.
And when you got into roast battles in New York City, stand-up came first and you like kind of started roasting people?
And then I would do it at the same time. So there was never any only roasting. It was like I would go to a show and then later that night I'd do a roast battle. It was all mixed in.
Yeah. For New York, have you seen roasting, like, it's one thing maybe on the show if they're an audience member, but have you roasted someone so bad where it actually like went wrong, essentially?
I've seen, not really as much in New York because we know what's up. We know what's up. I've seen it more when I judge roast battles.
Oh, wow.
If I judge roast battles and it's like a new comic and they're like, I'm a huge fan, and then when you're judging, I always thought it was supposed to be funny. So I'll be like, yo, you suck. It's supposed to be funny. But then afterwards, they'll be like, I don't know. You really?
Oh, my
I'm
God.
like, but I don't deal with that because it's
yeah.
supposed to be, it's all supposed to be funny. And
Exactly.
I'm here to make that audience laugh.
Yes.
It's not like I don't care about your feelings. It's just, it's a show. It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that too when I was coming in for roasting. It's all fake.
So you
And
completely
I
detach.
had judges that were way bigger than what Maddie Smith. I had like Big J.
Oh
and
my God.
Rich, and then Michael Che was on one. Oh,
Holy shit.
scary. But it's all fake. It's all funny. That's why I like Wild 'N Out, because black people roast each other and they move. That's why I said in my stand-up, it's like black people roast and they're like, damn, that's funny. That's funny. And then white people, God. And then the white roast battling is, they're very serious about their records. So they'll be like, I'm 3-0. And it's like, it doesn't matter.
It's such a culture.
It's so
like
different.
That. Wow.
Like white roasting, the background is like calling people fags and autistic and your dad died because you were a fucking slut. And then you get to Wild 'N Out where it's like flat ass. And then I think I brought like more edginess to Wild 'N Out, the roasting of it all.
I am, not that it matters, but I am like, I think I'm a really bad roast person, actually.
To get roasted or roasting?
No, roasting. Like, I've never done a roast competition.
Okay,
I've only been doing stand-up for like 2 years, but I just got booked for my first roast competition. It's local or whatever. What advice, because I feel like which is such a red flag to say, is like, I'm such a nice person, but I feel like I am. What advice would you give to someone to like get better at roasting?
I would give them, don't think about like your personality. Don't think about,
who you are.
I'm nice. Don't think about, I'm going to hurt their feelings. Just think about as an exercise for writing jokes. Be like, I want to write some really good jokes. Think about it like that.
And just write it on the person, essentially. Wow.
Yeah, and don't think like, I'm nice. Just think about writing really good jokes and how it's practice for your overall comedy and how roast writing can make you better at stand-up. Because stand-up really is roasting, but it's not me talking to you. It's, you know how much I hate water? Water reminds me of blah, blah, blah. It's like roasting in a different way. So it gets you good at setup punch, word economy, saving the best word for last, that kind of thing. And also like being in a roast battle on stage, holding your composure, leaving room for comebacks off the cuff instead of like thinking about the script that you've written, staying in the moment and being like, oh, I could go this way even though I have this written. That's like a huge thing for roast, is like, what can you do off the cuff?
And like when
and how can you like not
you,
stare at your phone? Yeah.
Have you
like bring your personality to it?
How have you gotten so like witty, would you say, with the comebacks? I
think I know what people are gonna say. They're gonna say I'm white, flat ass, all sorts of stuff like that. So, you know, if someone says that, I say I got a flat ass, but you're still not gonna fuck me, blah blah. So shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I think I've always been pretty quick, I feel like. I moved a lot as a kid.
Oh, really?
That helped with just getting people on your side quickly.
Because you're always going into new schools and whatnot.
Yeah, making new friends fast.
And you knew you always wanted to do stand-up or no?
I always knew I was funny. In my friend groups, I was always, what's Maddy going to do?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then musical theater, I was a class clown. I was always funny. Always funny, but I never knew you could do comedy for like the idea of Seinfeld wasn't someone that you can emulate.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could just go into the arts. It took a while.
And what was that like tick for you that made you
moving to New York City?
Really?
Where you're like in where like Amy Schumer used to physically go up. When you can do open mics like in clubs where you've seen like huge people go up, you're like, oh wow, this is a clear path. Because I was in Buffalo before, Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
There's like a scene there, but it doesn't seem like a real path. And then when I got to New York City, you're like in the center of everything. You're like, I might as well try it. And if there's 10 million people in the city, and if I try it and I do badly, no one will know. You know? Like if you go up here in St. Pete, people are going to know.
I'm walking around. People are like, that doofus keeps talking about the poop jokes.
New York, you know? I could go up and I could never tell anyone that I did too.
Do people ever recognize you when you walk around in New York?
Yeah.
Do you like that or no?
I don't really care.
You don't really care?
You know, it's like I was on the train and this guy's like, Maddy, and I was just walk by, hey, what's up? So I'm not just walk by. I'll just walk by, you know? Say hey. I don't mind. Some dude today was like, Maddy? And I just walked right by.
Today?
Yeah. I don't care.
It's fucking savage.
Or that on my flight yesterday, this guy's right in front of me staring at me. And then like we're at baggage, he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, just do it right away. Stop staring at me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I get recognized, but I think a lot of people don't say hi. Because people stare at me a lot.
Would you rather them say hi or rather them just stare?
Say hi instead of stare. Because the staring that's when I'm like,
yeah.
I'll look back at you. That's what like, yes, I'm here.
Oh
this
my
is me.
God.
Yeah. But also I get people staring because I have an unrecognizable.
Like people
I don't
think
know,
they
it's-
know you and they're like, oh,
They're like, is that her? Yes. It's like, who is that? And then it's like, is that Maddy?
Oh,
Because I don't wear any makeup, so it's like it's tough to, I just look a little different than I do on Wild and Out.
I heard people yesterday at the show being like, "Oh, we watch all your videos
Yeah.
and stuff." Is that cool to hear? Like when you
It's cool.
when you have
cute.
like people that
It's cute. It's funny. You're like, wow. Like right now, probably someone is watching a clip of mine.
yeah. No, I was thinking about it when I said like the 67 subscribers. I was like, you probably got 67 subscribers on the walk over here.
Right.
You know, it's fucking
It's
nuts.
pretty cool. I guess I'm such like a self-hater that I'm getting better at it. I always take the negative. So when people are like, oh, we watch your videos, in my head, I'm like, that'll expire soon. I gotta find a new.
What? Why do you say
I
that?
gotta find. I don't know. I get paranoid about like the how long will they? How long
man.
will they? How long? Even though I just was like, I could keep touring forever.
Yeah, I know.
I'm such like a negative. They're like, we love Wild and Out. In my head, I'm like, well, what else?
Oh my.
Just Wild. But I'm getting better at like picking the negative.
Yeah.
Negative stuff. Yeah.
You talked a little bit about not like mental health per se in
Yeah.
your set, but like kind of like stuff like that. Have you ever struggled with that
Yeah.
during the seasons of like
Yes.
being on TV?
Yes. I really
What?
struggled because I did 2 seasons of Wild and Out in 2019. So I did one in May and then I went back in December. Nothing had aired yet. So going into 2020, I was like, I'm about to blow up. I'm about to blow. I got all my stand up, and it was Schultz was just huge, getting huge.
Yeah.
So the idea of like stand up clips was just starting.
Oh man.
So beginning of 2020, I was like, all right, the Wild and Out's gonna come out, and then I'm gonna start doing clips for stand up, and it's all gonna go like this. And then of course, March 2020.
Yeah.
And then my clips started coming out May 2020. I had no stand up. I had like one tape because no one was filming anything.
Yeah.
I had maybe one tape that when Wild and Out started coming out, I posted one clip. I was like, thanks everyone. Once everything opens again, here's what you. But it was like I was
my
living in
God.
New York, so COVID back then. I think it was like 2 years of. It was April 2021. Comedy clubs in New York opened 1/3 capacity. Then 2022, I started getting out on the road. Because I went up to like 200,000 followers, but I had no stand up. I had to spend 2022 to 2024 getting all the stand up out there to make all the everything. So then mid 2024, I was like, oh, now we're seeing some. It was like a weird.
It took
But
really
it was a
long,
weird
wow.
bump to happen when I had like not that much to back it up. It would be like
And
if
you,
I
like,
got
stand
huge
up
on
to back up.
Kill Tony, but I didn't have any socials to back it up. So it takes a while to like get your personality to mesh with the. It's very weird. I don't know how to explain it. If you pop off from viral Wild and Out clips and then you say, check me out on tour, there's like a dissonance of what came out on Wild and Out versus what I'm posting from my home. Like during COVID, my quarantine content was not good. We're all doing there was some stuff that went viral, but it took a while. So there was weird mental health stuff between 2020 to like end of 2023.
Wow.
Where I was like trying to match up my follower account with what was going on in my tour dates, which was like
Yeah.
not good tickets. Because Wild and Out, I'm the white girl. Who is she?
Yeah.
It's COVID. It was just such a weird time. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
It was such a weird time.
Yeah.
But then 2023, okay, now I'm posting more stand-up clips. Now my stand-up's recovered from the 2 years off of COVID because I couldn't. It was so much mental stuff. It was so much
Yeah.
mental of like, I'm huge online, but I'm not selling good tickets. My stand-up's not there because I was only doing it for 3 years before COVID hit.
Yeah, what?
So it took a while to recover. Now this past year, I'm like, I think I'm pretty good now. I'm good at headlining. I'm selling tickets. I'm about to be 10 years in. Now I'm at the point where like, okay, I'm good. I'm selling tickets. Now we got some momentum. But between 2020 and 2024, it was like, what the fuck? I hate myself.
Oh my God.
It was really hard. Like the post-COVID.
How did you
And
get?
Wild and Out got canceled for a little bit because Nick Cannon said some shit on a podcast about Jews.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh, I'm fucked. Of course, woe is me. I got this huge gig right before COVID, and lucky me, it gets fucking canceled because of course, COVID came right when I'm supposed to, and then it got canceled. But so there was a lot of woe is me.
Yeah, there's so many variables too that are just not in your control
at all.
Oh.
And then it's like I didn't have access to stand up. If I could go back, I would probably have moved to Nashville or Austin during that time. Yeah, knowing what I know now about sitting inside for those 2 years. I'm not like a denier. I'm not like fuck Fauci, and I'm not a government conspiracy. I think everything went wrong.
Yeah.
I think we could have kept the old people inside, and life could have gone on as is. But I lost like stand-up progress, and I went from being 27 to like 30 during COVID.
Yeah.
And I had to learn like, what is my style now? My style didn't change, but I think differently. I'm older.
Yeah.
And before COVID, I was drinking. And I was like a whore. And then post-COVID, I'm not drinking. And I have a boyfriend. And I'm not really wilding. So what am I trying to say? It took a while of like disjointed, like, I'm still trying to be my pre-COVID stand-up, like, easy sex jokes, moving really fast on stage, kind of low self-esteem. But I'm on off stage, I'm like more intellectual. So like, how do I combine? So it took a few years of getting that to combine.
And so that was you not finding your voice, but maybe evolving it?
Evolving it.
Wow.
Because during stand-up, I was always fun. I always had my voice. But it was like honing and refining,
How would you describe that voice? Like if you had to describe your stand-up in like maybe a drink.
I guess it would be a drink. It would be, I don't know, old-fashioned.
An old-fashioned.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm kind of old school in some ways, like just very jokey, quick jokes. A lot of it is like funny, like not even real jokes. I talk about putting my mom's dildo in my ass, like it's fake.
Yeah.
So that old school in a way, I feel like fast, ranty, fast.
That's cool.
Fast, ranty, say whatever, don't care.
You were always like that though? Like, wow.
Yeah.
And your friends, have they seen you? If we asked your friends, like, oh, has Maddy changed?
They would say yes, it's the same, but it's like leveled up. Like the bits are more bitty. Whereas when I first started, it would be like
really quick.
Little joke. And now it's like I'll have whole bits with like a thesis behind them. Yeah.
What's like the behind the scenes life and like culture of Wild 'N Out? Like, is it kind of still nerve wracking in a sense?
It depends. I'm a veteran now.
Yeah.
But you can see the new kids, they get nervous. They're pacing around. It's nerve wracking. It's competitive. Yeah, it is really nerve wracking. I still get nervous to go up. I still get shaky. It's pretty competitive. There's only so many spots. And they have to fill spots with DC, Carlos, Chico, Justina, E-Man, Conceited. So then after that, how many spots are there for the newer people? So it's super competitive, but as it should be.
Yeah.
It's like the one show where they give you spots if you do well. There's less mind games, I think, than a show like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you say something about falling asleep to Saturday Night
I
Live
know.
on the last
Little
night.
jab.
I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's super competitive, but it's also super fun. And it's lit as fuck, too. We party. We always stay in hotels where they have like a patio with a grill.
No, man.
So we do cookouts.
That's sick.
We go to strip clubs.
Oh, my God.
It's lit as fuck. I have so many friends on the show.
Yeah,
and
you
it's just
probably
fun.
Made so many connections.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
my
producers and cast members.
Wow.
Everyone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Black people are just fun.
Yes, I think that's the takeaway from the whole show in itself.
Yeah.
Is just black people are fun.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I know a lot of people make fun of Nick Cannon, but he hires all black production. It'll be black producers, hair and makeup, wardrobe. The only people who aren't black are like the camera guys.
Oh my God.
Yeah, technical, camera and sound is all white guys,
Oh
but
my
then
God.
tons of black people. Tons of black. It's the blackest set I've ever been on.
How has it been as a white woman in that environment? Like, have you had to like show up in a
super
certain
fun.
way
I think
and you get to play with them in a certain way? That's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. At first, there was some like, but the real ones were real.
That's cool.
And some people were resistant, but the people who aren't comedic talents at all. So I don't care. The people on the show who love making people laugh were like, you funny as fuck. Yeah, so there was some, and there's resistance in terms of like, I don't want to roast Maddy. I don't want to go up against her.
Oh my God.
But they were
You're
pretty.
a vet at this point too as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's cool. They like me a lot, and they can use me as a punching bag, and I don't care. And yeah, the only thing is like maybe sometimes you get weary of the songs about your ass and blah blah blah. But it's also more screen time.
Yeah.
So all
and
good.
you probably heard just about everything at this point. So
everything.
Are you numb to roast in a way?
Yeah, but still, sometimes you're like, oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like one time Matthew Broussard said I had the complexion of a wall damaged by cigarette smoke.
Oh my god.
The crowd lost it, and that's when you're like, oh. You know, when
But
I
then
started
you need
comedy,
a comeback for that, or
I
there's
didn't have a comeback. I had no comeback. I was like, yep. When I started comedy, I was actually way heavier. I was like 200 pounds. But I wasn't like fat. I was just like a, American. I was like a standard, chubby chick.
Yeah.
And people would roast me and they would say, Maddy does open mics for the snacks afterwards. And when the audience laughs, you're like, oh, I'm fat. Because when you're a woman, sometimes you gain weight and you're in fat denial.
Yeah.
And when an audience laughs at a fat joke, you're like, oh, I'm fat.
And that was
They
probably,
wouldn't laugh
that was
if I
probably
wasn't fat.
terrible. Like,
Yes.
did you?
It was, but also I had this new community that I found, so it wasn't at the same time.
Wow.
And then I lost weight, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, because you're like, okay, they call me fat, but I have all these new friends, and I'm living in the city.
I'm the one in
and
the arena right
never been in
now.
a big city before, and yeah. So I don't know. When you first start in comedy, everything's awesome. Mm-hmm. In New York, you just meet so many people.
And you love New York City, obviously, right?
I like it a lot. Yeah.
You probably won't move anywhere else.
If I had kids, I wouldn't live there, but I don't know if I'm going to have kids.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds awful.
Yeah, it does sound disgusting.
But I really like it. I love walking everywhere. There's so much to do. There's so many stores and restaurants. And then you go to, it's kind of like doing too much blow too early in your life. Because everywhere else you go, it's like, yikes. You come to St. Pete, you're like, yeah, it's nice.
Oh my god!
Kenny's like, isn't it great? I'm like, yeah.
Oh my god!
Tampa, I'm like, y'all got chickens.
Yeah, Tampa
what the?
sucks. I don't even like Tampa.
Yeah, it's yucky.
I'm originally from South Jersey, right outside of Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah,
I used to live in Bayonne.
Really?
In North Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. When did you move here?
2 years ago.
Got it.
Yeah.
So do you know where? What's it called? Ardmore, Pennsylvania? Is that what it's called?
Where is it?
What was it called? Where Soul Joel's is? Do you know Soul
Oh,
Joel's?
yeah.
Pottstown. What's the train stop there?
I don't know, but it's in
Andover?
I know where that is,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
That's a great venue.
Yeah. Are you from around there?
I'm from like 10 minutes outside of Philly from the Jersey
Okay,
area.
got it.
So near like
Yeah.
Rowan University
Okay,
type
cool.
of thing.
Nice.
But I loved New York City.
Yeah.
I've never done stand-up like over there.
Yeah.
Just because I've been doing it for so little. But I got to interview a couple people like DC Benny and whatnot.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah. He's big in New York or whatever. And just hearing about like the scene over there, it's just so fucking
It's
nuts.
so cool.
Do you think that accelerated your stand-up ability being in
Yes.
New York City?
Yeah.
And would you relate that to like how many mics you're doing or
Yeah.
no? Wow.
Use stage time, yeah. Because when I first got up, I did one mic, and I knew by the time I did my first mic, you just have to keep getting up. I read all the Reddits. I read every Reddit, every stand-up Reddit. What should I do? Just get up. Keep getting up. Keep getting up. I'm like, okay. So after my first one, I just kept. So then in New York pre-COVID, it's not really like this anymore, but pre-COVID, you could open a website and see every mic that night, starting at 5 p.m. all the way up through 2:30 p.m. So I would go out and I would do like 3 to 4 open mics. And then few months in, I got my first show. And then until COVID, I would make sure I would get, if I had a show at 10 p.m., I would do 2 mics beforehand. So until COVID, I was getting up like 2 to 3 times minimum a night.
Oh my God.
Until COVID. And that's why, it was like within a year, I was like, wow, I kind of did a lot within a year. It's just so much stage time and so much different kind of stage time. Because you could go up in the Lower East Side and then that night have a show in Harlem. Mm-hmm. And so New York comedians are the best because there's so many different rooms and you have to be good in all of them. Versus you start in Atlanta, it's going to be, it's all Atlanta.
Yeah.
But New York, you'll go out for tourists and then you'll go out for Brooklyn locals the same night.
And when you're doing that, are you like typically doing the same sets in those nights, or you're like trying to like?
I guess it would be. I always change it up.
You do?
So
like,
yeah.
will you do a different set tonight than the one that you did last night in Clearwater? Or
It'll
is
be
that because
overlap, but it'll be different order,
Mm-hmm.
different. Yeah, it will be different. It's never the same order. There'll be different jokes probably, and that's only because I have ADD.
You have ADD?
Yeah.
How long have you had ADD for?
My whole life.
Really? Some people get it like late. I think I got
Some
it
people get
around,
diagnosed later.
Yeah.
So, if I go on, it's happened in JFL auditions, it's happened in all sorts of showcases where I go up planning to do something, and then all of 2 minutes in, I'm like, and I'm going, and I auditioned for that stupid Clusterfest, Comedy Central Clusterfest back in the day, and they didn't book me because it seemed like I riffed too much, even though I murdered the audition. So it's something I'm getting better at, but I always go, I have my little game plan, and then...
People love riffing, though.
They love it,
I mean, I like that type of...
They love it, yeah.
Comedic.
And then I think it keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
If you start with your closer, then you're like, oh, set it differently. Then you set yourself up for a challenging set of like making sure every joke's as good as the closer. So I think mixing up is great. But it's really only because I cannot stay focused.
Yeah.
I'll like get distracted, comment on a guy's shoes, and it's chaos.
And so
But it's been like that from the beginning of starting.
Really?
Yeah.
With you being, I mean, full-time show business, essentially, how does that play into like your, do you have like a lot of responsibilities throughout the day? Wow, really?
Yeah, so today it's email, it's like small business shit.
Yeah.
So today was looking over deal memos for 2026 offers.
Wow.
And then telling a guy I'm not going to work with him in November for a crowd work special, like random logistics for touring, sending someone my bank account info, checking in on blah, blah, blah.
Just small
it's like business shit.
Yeah.
Writing a little bit, reading, listening to sets, looking over clips, social stuff. Socials management, talking to someone about starting my Snapchat. It's like all sorts of a lot of internet management on top of deposits, chasing payments, talking to your manager, bullshit.
If you don't mind me asking,
it'll take all day.
How big is your team right now? If you had to say, like, how many people are
right
on
now?
your
It's
team?
manager, one agent who represents me for that agency, but then like 7 other agents at that company who manage me or, get offers for me. And that's it. I just fired my business manager.
You don't have like a social media person?
Oh, I have one guy who I send all my footage to.
That's cool.
And I say sift and pick. I
sick.
don't care what you pick. Pick stuff for YouTube and for clips. And then I have my manager watch them and tell me what's fun, because I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
You can't even sit down with your ADD and watch yourself like that?
I can, but it's... I'm like, what? I don't think it's funny. I don't think, I need a separate set of eyes because I don't think it's funny.
Wow.
Yeah. I have even my don't tell set, I was like, this is not funny.
What?
I've just heard it too much. It's
because you know where you're going, I guess, with the jokes.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So it's good to have someone else. So he'll pick and then I'll post. But I think I'm going to hire someone to do my Snapchat because I guess there's a lot of people on there and money. And then I might hire someone to do TikTok, that kind of thing. But
with that one platform on Snapchat, I forget what it's called, but you can make a good bit of money.
I know
by
the creators
doing
thing.
the creators thing.
So I'm just gonna ultimately, I would love to be no phone. Like someone else is running everything.
Wow.
I hate it. I hate socials. I hate the brain rot. I hate
You
comments.
hate the brain rot. Mm-hmm, what do you hate about the brain rot?
I hate how addictive it is. It almost feels like social media feels like a vape. It feels like you're addicted to vaping. Every time you pull out Instagram, it's the same as pulling out a vape.
Yeah.
It's like gambling. Mm-hmm. It feels like I'm looking for a hit of anything. Reddit feels like I'm looking for a hit of like gossip or stand up, like shit talk about comedians. And I don't need that. I don't like comments. I don't like how I can't exist on an app without seeing a comment about myself.
You don't like the comment sections typically?
Yeah.
Especially when your videos are going viral, I can't imagine
people are
saying
like,
whatever.
you deserve to be raped. Like stuff
What?
like that. Yeah. Yep. So I was on this dating podcast, and you know how when girls give opinions on dating?
Yeah.
So I did this first date with Lauren Compton, that Austin podcast, and she was like, what's your red flag? And I couldn't think of anything. I was like, I don't know. Sometimes I get mad for no reason. She was like, yeah, anything else? And then she goaded me. She was like, I pout. And I was like, ooh, I like to pout too. And then like I ranted in a funny way. And then she clipped only that part out about me pouting. You know, like when girls pout for no reason.
Yeah.
And 200 comments of men being like, this girl deserves, this girl
Oh my God.
ran through, you deserve to be punched in the throat.
Oh my God.
So it's violence against women.
Who are these guys that are commenting that?
They're out there and they don't like women comedians. And it's fine, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be part of that. And when I see that, I wonder if I don't know. It makes me think I don't have the resiliency to be a female comedian the rest of my life because I don't have like the I don't have like the ambition to be like I can look past it.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't want to do this. I don't want to be that person who pushes through against like the current. It makes me think it's so unfair that guys get to not deal with that.
Yeah.
And we have to. But that's why I would prefer to just not be on.
And just let someone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's too negative. And also the brain rot. Everyone's losing hours of their life every day to this fake world in a little box, and we're in a real world.
Yeah.
Like we're in this fake world with fake people, but we're in a really cool world.
Mm-hmm.
Look how cool this little room is.
Yeah. It's
But
very
we're in this little, it's all fake, and it's fake usernames, and it's violent, and that's where everyone brainwashed is too.
Yeah.
Half the country is brainwashed.
I believe probably more.
Yeah, me too.
Than half the country.
So it's like an idiotic place. I'm here for live comedy, live long form comedy.
Wow.
So if what it takes for me to continue doing that is getting off the internet and someone else just putting my stuff out there, that's fine.
You could care less.
Yeah. As long as I don't end up like one of those comedians who like everyone hates and I don't know it. You know what I mean? Like she's been cringed from the beginning and I just have no idea.
God. No way.
But yeah, it's irrational men who hate to see us on stage with no makeup talking shit.
Dude.
And it's like, find me one female comedian who doesn't talk about sex. The clip before that will be a joke that's not about sex.
Yeah.
But I get so angry.
Is that what they say? They say all female comedians talk about sex?
Every single clip of mine is like, surprise, surprise, another lady talking about her fucking pussy. Shane Gillis had 10 minutes on squirting. Do people call him? Dan Soder. Like, all these people talk about sex.
Yeah.
Does anyone call them a...
You're right.
Shane talks about his family. Do people call Shane a one-man family show guy?
Yeah,
no,
what?
they call him Shane Gillis. Mm-hmm. So, it's all good. But it's just nasty.
No.
Nasty. That's why live comedy is the best.
Yeah, I love that you just said I care about long form stand up comedy.
Yeah.
Like that's
the internet's like marketing.
Yeah.
If you get lost in the likes and the shit like that, once I stopped thinking too much about like what am I, where is this all going, everything turned out better.
Wow.
Started making more money. Started being
happier.
Just let it go.
Oh,
let it go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Can't be freaking out. Can't be deleting clips and then taking 2 seconds off and then reposting.
Yeah.
You gotta let it live. Your main focus has to be the live show. At least for me it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, it's rooted in just brainwashed people and madness.
Yeah,
in my
agreed.
opinion.
You're giving the power to people who aren't real.
Yeah.
Louis C.K., he's not really, a good person to idolize, but he said on Theo's pod, like, being on the internet as a creator is not responsible. Because if you see something positive about yourself, you're like, oh, I'll go that direction. You see something negative, oh, stop doing that.
Oh,
and it should be all like up to you.
Yeah,
you should be motivated to do something because of yourself, not
based
by like
off of the market.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking intense.
Yeah. But it's tough.
Like, I mean, going back to my 67 followers, which I know every single one of them, and half of them are my cousins. That's
right. Shout out. Shout out the Dykas family. Big Dykas crew.
Yeah, the Dykases. People are like, why do you do this podcast? It's like, for me, it was like the documentation and the journey. I wanted to like start it when I was like just starting stand up. And I'm also meeting people like DC Benny, yourself, you know, making cool relationships. So yeah, it's not necessarily like about going viral.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not on here to talk about what's happening in Gaza right now.
Literally,
you know what I mean?
Everyone's trying to go viral. Everyone's clipping out, everyone's trying to do crowd work, farming for crowd work. I'm
Farming for crowd work.
It's like this
That's
thing
a
where
great way
it's
to
like,
put it.
if you ask me, like, what do you think of the crowd work thing? I don't care. But when you are holding up a show to farm for crowd work clips,
Yeah.
you're if you do anything that takes away the integrity of what goes on up there, then I'm gonna get pissed off. So like if you go up and you're murdering with your crowd work, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if Jeff Arcuri is going up and he's murdering, all good. I don't care. If you ask me if a big philosophy question, crowd, I don't care. But if you do your set and then you are up there for 2 hours, going, where you from?
Yeah.
That's when
What
I'm
do you
like,
do for
that's
work?
bad, because that's fake.
And you're just doing it to get clips.
Yes, and you're pissing off the club.
Where did you get? I don't hope you take this the wrong way, but it almost seems like you're a stand-up comedy purist in the sense of like you care about the art of stand-up comedy.
Yes, I do.
Where did you get that from?
Probably starting in New York.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause-
and just all the characters and people. That's so cool. That's so fucking cool.
Obsessed with comedy everyone was.
So, what did people in New York think of Austin, Texas, right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
I think they're like,
Really?
yeah, I think there's pros and cons, but I think coming up in New York City, we were just obsessed with comedy, and you were so paranoid of bombing in front of these other comedians, and you want to be the guy at the open mic who gets the rigged bucket pull. You want to be first on the open mics. You want to be zooming from everywhere and knowing everyone, so you're motivated to get better. And you're like, do you hear his? That's such a good joke. People are back after mics with their notebooks, writing groups. We were posting statuses on Facebook like that were jokes that everyone's obsessed with joke writing, and that's what it was back then. Now Austin is. Everyone's obsessed with getting other people banned from clubs. Like, if you and I were friends and then you pissed me off, 2 days later, you would be banned from the mothers. You know what I mean?
my
Like,
God.
conniving drama. Versus when I started in New York, it was like we were hanging, talking shit, talking stand-up all the time.
Wow.
And you would want to be like, if you weren't the best on the show, you would be like, oh, I suck. Even if you murdered, but you weren't like the standout, you would be like, oh. And that's where I formed my opinions on stand-up and its integrity. This is what we do. Everyone was always writing new stuff. I got in the clubs early, so you would see older club people giving you advice, and then a lot of it was solidified when clubs started booking people who can't do stand-up. They can sell tickets, but they can't do stand-up.
Yeah.
And that's when you get like kind of defensive mentally about your own art form. I actually think what we need for headlining. Okay, so you know how you do a weekend on the road?
Yeah.
Standard comedy club, Funny Bone, Thursday to Saturday, 5 shows. You get your guarantee. I think that should be unionized. The weekend headliner slots should be saved for people who are in the headliner guild. If you're an influencer and you want to go club, you can do Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's what the clubs are reserved. But weekends are saved for headliners in the guild.
Wow.
And everyone who goes to a comedy club on a weekend knows it's going to be a great show. You don't have to be a huge draw, but that's what your slot is for.
So you're really about that.
Yeah,
life.
obviously it'll never happen.
No, but
I don't hate on it because I know
know.
business is business, but there should be some sort of guild for those who have put in stand-up work and who know what they're doing and who aren't going to decrease people's interest in coming to a comedy club.
Yeah.
What happens if you go to a comedy club on a Friday and it's some person who can't do stand-up? They're going to say, I'm never coming back here again.
And it's like maybe your first or second time going to a comedy
and they're like,
show.
remember that time we went to a show and it was awful? So you gotta, I don't know. But
No,
I
think you're right about that.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's like crazy what's going on.
Wow.
But then sometimes people get booked super up, and they get it together. So there is room for people to learn how to just stand up quickly. But the ones who are like, that pisses me off.
I can imagine, especially with all the time and effort you put into your stuff, to then see someone just get put somewhere.
That's how
and
it's
be like,
different from pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we could all kind of see like, all right, I get better. I got my little wins. Keep getting up. And it'll unfold.
Yeah.
And it turned into, now it's kind of better. Every man is in charge of their own growth, unless, you get on Wild and Out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But some people just aren't good at promotion and social media. I wouldn't say I'm really that good at social media. I think I have some clips that do well, but in terms of like, ooh, that's a great marketing strategy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not banging them out.
Yeah.
I'm not like putting out front-facing videos every day. I don't have that in me. So,
but it's not something you care about. You care about the art form itself, which is going to get you what you want in the end anyway.
Exactly.
Maddy, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
What would you like the people to know about anything that you have coming up?
Know that I am on tour all through the fall. It's called the Bad Jeans Tour. And so all the dates are on my website, maddysmithcomedy.com. And then if you guys like Wild and Out, there's new episodes every Monday. And then if you just want to follow me, I have a podcast. It's called Madhouse. New episodes every Wednesday on YouTube and then pod platforms. And then just follow me. So Maddy Smith. So Maddy Smith on all medias.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maddy.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like, and have a beautiful day.
Peace.